Hey everybody, this is Bo. So I wanted to go over, what you need as a woodworker as far as a decent setup for dust collection, because dust collection is pretty damn important. If you don't do anything about dust collection while you're young or just starting, you're not going to enjoy it when you get a little bit older. So this is probably what most people would want to start with. About 30, 40 bucks, get yourself a killer, just a normal old shop vac. I mean, that thing's not too impressive or lovely, but at the same time, it does the job. Ooh, God. Ooh, God, it's kind of loud too. This thing doesn't really pull a lot because if you do woodworking, guess what happens to the filter? It gets totally jammed full of fine dust particles and just not very good. Now, I want to show you the better option. Now, this is a good one for just like basic hand tools, but I'm going to tell you, I think there's a better option overall. And it's this thing right here. Yes, yes. This is like a $150 Harbor Freight, 2 horsepower, 1500 CFM, probably more like 800 or 900. But at the same time, this thing is retardedly big. It's 70 gallons, 6 gallons, 70, 6. And, I mean, you think that's actually a filter. This is a 5 micron filter. It's pretty shit. Honestly, you'd want to have one that's at least 0.5, which just means the size of the dust. You want it as small as possible. So we'll probably upgrade that one to a Win at some point. But for right now, that is immensely better than that. So, and listen to it. You remember how loud this was? Here, let's just do it. All right, so that's not too bad. Now listen to this behemoth when you turn it on. All right, it's even got a safety switch. Yeah, that, my friends. Did it pick something up off the ground already? Wait a second. I had it here, and it already picked up stuff from somewhere in here, okay? So you're talking about the 10 out of 10, not really 10 out of 10, if I had to say, compared to other options you have for dust collectors, this is a good 7 out of 10. But you're talking about a 4-inch pipe, 4-inch impeller pipe, versus that, which is a 1.7, 1 inch and 7/8 pipe. This thing is just immensely better. You should consider getting something like this, especially if you're going to get into woodworking, because when you start getting into router tables, right, and you get all this dust and fine, small, and big dust like that, you want something way better than that. I mean, I tried it really hard to kind of use it. Look, see, that is the only thing I can use on this, but you have to build a secondary dust collector on the bottom here. And the table saw, oh God, don't even get me started. The 1.78 doesn't even do anything for this. But this will eventually get hooked up with my rig here, and I'll just cut a hole and make it work. Yeah, you like that kind of cabinet saw? Sexy, isn't it? But, I mean, you can't have this kind of dust laying around. I mean, eventually my wife told me that, she's sick and tired of having the car totally filled with dust all the time. You can kind of see it all over the place. Doesn't want that anymore, so there's not any more dust. So, anywho, guys, that's what I wanted to kind of go over real quick, was just, you should really, really, really consider taking this and getting that instead if you're going to do some decent woodworking, just because save your lungs. This will be great for small things, especially after you clean out the filter really nice. You can use this for smaller tools, but what I recommend, honestly, would be getting adapters for that guy that go to the size you need, so that way this guy can turn in your primary. What I'm going to do is do a series, actually I'm going to do a video on how to make this into not just a single stage, which is what this is called, because it only goes in and then goes immediately in, because the way this is powered is there's an impeller in here that keeps spinning. So when wood chips come in, it gets chunked up in the propeller, which I don't like, because I don't want to have that impeller get destroyed by like a huge, like if I just stuck this in there or something like, I don't want it getting chopped up in there. That would be bad. So we're going to do what's called a Thien dust cyclone, and I'm going to build one, and we're going to have it as a second stage. So basically it's like a trash can with a cyclonic action on the top And I think it should be pretty dope. So if that was cool for you guys, like, comment, subscribe. I know it's not a video game video, but, you know, it's okay for the gaming coach to have other hobbies. Like making these kick-ass cutting boards. Woo! These things are sexy. End grain cutting board took me forever. That's a little bit of maple and cherry. These things are almost done, but I think I'm going to do a little more finishing, because if you look at it with the light there, you can see little scratches and stuff, and it needs to have a little bit more work. But anyway, that's what I'm building nowadays, stuff like that, and I'll eventually be taking stuff like this. Look at that beautiful figured maple here, and this walnut, and some cherry under here, and turn that into a nightstand for the old wife. So until next time, guys, I hope you like that. If you caught that, make sure to put that in the comments. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Talk to you guys soon. See you.